All nations and states have their own individual political systems. A political system is the form that the government takes. Who makes the rules and who has to follow the rules. Throughout the centuries, man has devised numerous political systems to govern the societies in which he has lived. The ancient Greeks used direct democracy, empowering the individual. The Romans elected representatives in their republic, and today in the United States we use a combination of these methods. Of all the political systems devised throughout time, none was more repressive, more repugnant, or repulsive than the wave of totalitarian fascism that swept the globe in the 1920s and 30s. Fascism is a totalitarian style of government where the leader and the government have total and absolute control over the population. In a fascist state, the state is more important than the individual. Personal freedoms are sacrificed for the betterment of the state, and order is maintained by an active secret police. The media and art are controlled by the state and used to further the goals of the state and the leader. The prime example of fascism in history comes from Europe in the first half of the 20th century. Following World War I, the nations of Eastern Europe were given democratic governments for the first time in their history. After centuries of rule by monarchs, where the vast majority of the populace had little say in the affairs of state, the Treaty of Versailles granted self-determination and suffrage to millions of Europeans who had had little experience with democracy. The results of this early experiment with democracy would be disastrous for the world. In country after country, economic downturns and depression caused great social upheaval and led to the election of leaders promising a return to older, traditional forms of government where the people could trust their leader to provide for them. A return to the good old days where the state was glorious and supreme and where there was work for all and food on the tables. In Italy, in 1925, Benito Mussolini rose to power, eventually replacing Italy's king, Victor Emmanuel. Mussolini promised the people employment, glory, and a return to the days of the Roman Empire, when Rome ruled the Mediterranean Sea as if it were a simple Italian lake. In his own words, Mussolini promised to be a leader ruthless and energetic enough to make a clean sweep. Mussolini employed roving gangs of unemployed veterans called the Black Shirts, who enforced discipline but terrorized the population. With the support of the military and the members of the business-owning elite, Mussolini used terror, assassination, and invasions to make Italy into a power. Those who disagreed were silenced or killed, and Mussolini systematically added to Italy's size by seizing pieces of neighboring countries where Mussolini would be assured of victory. Mussolini carefully supervised the Italian media, ensuring that all portrayals of himself and his government were favorable, and the Italian people began to lovingly refer to their dictator as Il Duce, the Sweet One. Under Mussolini, the Italian people lacked political freedoms of speech and thought, but the country was organized, and the trains were reported to have always been on time. Would you have wanted to live in a society like this? What did the Italian people need to sacrifice for Mussolini? Why do you think they were so willing to give up their hard-fought individual freedoms of liberty and speech?